So, what'd you think?
It's very, I think for a moment trying to find the best way to describe my opinion. It's very happy, that's for sure, though I can't exactly discern any other meaning behind it. At least not one that would fit Sayori, that is. Slowly I realize how long I've been keeping her waiting. Whoops. I end up deciding to just say the first thing I could think of. It's very happy-go-lucky, but I thought it was good. It definitely suits you well. Sorry if I don't have any useful criticism.
It's okay, Hallie. As long as you liked it, that's all that matters.
So is there any inspiration behind it?
To be honest, there isn't really an inspiration behind it. I just thought it would be cute to portray the feelings someone has when a sunny day finally comes after a whole bunch of rainy ones. No rainy day is fun, after all.
I suppose that's true. I don't know why I expected it to be deeper than that. Although it is Sayori after all, I doubt someone as happy as her would write about anything depressing. Well, thanks for sharing, Sayori.
Of course. Oh, by the way, what do you think of the club so far?
It's certainly interesting. I still have a long way to go before I'm used to all of this, though.
You'll get used to it in no time, Hallie. I believe in you.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
Anyway, I'll be looking forward to seeing what you write in the future, Hallie.
Yuri. Yuri stares at the poem. A minute passes, more than enough time for her to finish reading. How is it?
Oh, sorry. I just forgot to start speaking. This is your first time writing a poem, right?
Yeah. Is it that bad?
No. Sorry, I didn't mean to raise my voice like that. I was just making sure.
You're fine, Yuri. I know what you meant. What was it you were trying to say?
Right, sorry. I just guessed that it might be after reading through it. There we go. There's specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers, and having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is...
As Yuri talks on and on about her experience of new writers, I can't help notice her demeanor change. Her stammering is completely gone and she sounds like an expert. It's exactly what I saw at the festival.
It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice, learning by example, and trying new things.
I think I understand. Thanks for the feedback, Yuri.
Of course. I do hope that everyone else in the club can give you valuable feedback as well. Natsuki can certainly be a little bit biased.
Biased?
Well, never mind.
Right. Do you mind if I read your poem now?
Of course not.
Alright, just 1 second. If you're, actually, I need to, it's just a little warm. I gotta take off an extra layer. 1 second, please. Ugh. I'm dying. I was comfortable before. Now I'm dying. Take this off. There. There. Alright. Headphones on. Glasses back on. Controller in hand. There's the cursor. Grab that bar. Okay, we're ready to read Yuri's inscrutable handwriting.
Writhing. I sit atop my bed, a single lamp acting as the only source of light in the room. The gleam of the metal reflects into my eyes, and it reminds me, writhing in my skin are wounds that just won't heal, or something endlessly pulls from beneath the surface, consuming from the inside out, controlling my lack of self-control. The lamp across my room flickers, becoming dimmer and dimmer until the only thing I'm able to make out is the object in my hand. Fear alone is how I fall.
Does that say falter? Because I'm pretty sure falter doesn't have a U.
A falter, I'm sure of it. Confusing what is real. Is this even my room that I am standing in now? I can't seem to tell anymore. It feels as if the walls are slowly closing in, like discomfort pulling itself upon me as an endless distraction. The pressure growing stronger and stronger until it's just too much to bear. I sit beside my own reflection, gazing deep into my own eyes against my will. It's haunting how I can't seem to find myself again.
Reading through Yuri's poem, I start to notice her sneaking worried glances at me every so often. It doesn't bother me at all, although I do wonder why she'd be worried. So far, everything about her poem has far exceeded my own, so I don't see why she'd be worried about me not liking it. But I suppose it is Yuri I'm talking about.
I'm sorry, I have such terrible handwriting.
As if on cue, Yuri speaks up, confirming my suspicions. But I wasn't thinking that.
But it took you a long time to read.
I was just ensuring I understood it, that's all. Sorry for the wait.
Oh, that's a relief.
I liked it, by the way. I'm sorry if I don't have any real criticism. Yuri bashfully smiles.
It's fine. I'll be honest, I've never written anything close to a story before. Even this simple narrative poem was a little difficult for me to get down on paper.
Why's that?
Oh, well, you could say I just find it easier to express emotions through normal poems. Not that I can't write emotions into a story, it's just... never mind.
Uh-huh. Well, thanks for sharing, Yuri. It was nice. It'll take some time, I'll take some of your pointers into account for the next one I write. Although it may be a while before I can catch up with you all.
It's nothing, really. I'm sure it won't be long before you pick up on these things, too.
Yeah, maybe you're right. I guess I'll have to keep trying.
I'll be counting on you.
Alright, that leaves Monica for this little poem reading session.
Hi, Hallie. Having a good time so far?
Yeah.
Good, glad to hear it. Oh, by the way, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always open to suggestions. So don't be afraid to bring things up, okay?
Alright, I'll keep that in mind. I'm not all that well versed in literature, so I don't think I'd have any useful suggestions to give someone like that, or like her. With that said, I'm much better off just going with the flow anyway.
You saw want to share your poem with me.
Want is a strong word, but sure. Hold on a second. You know, I'm pretty sure. I get the impression that the only anyways that are spelled right are ones they copied out of vanilla. Want is a strong word, but sure.
Don't worry, Hallie. When we first shared our poems, we were all a little embarrassed. But I'm sure you'll overcome that barrier soon enough.
I guess you're right. I hand Monica my poem.
I see.
Something wrong?
Of course not. You said it's your first time, right?
Yeah, that is.
Well, if that's the case, you did it pretty good.
Did I now?
It might take a little while before you feel comfortable in doing this. That's okay. If I were you, I'd try experimenting with different styles. That way you can find the one that suits you best. Everyone else might be a little bit biased toward their own kinds of styles. But I'll always be here to help you find the style that suits you the most.
Right, thank you.
Would you like to read mine now?
Sure. There, my cursor was on the other side. Sorry, I had to belch a little.
Insane. I can remember it vividly. The first time I was lost inside my mind. It was just a month ago, within the comfort of my own home. There was something so pleasant about that place. My emotions could go far and wide. It was like I was out of touch with the whole world. It was oddly comforting, that place. But there's something I always wondered. Could it make me insane? I doubt it would. The unnatural feeling was just too familiar to me, like an extension of my own self. Every day I could be out there, without a care. But it wasn't because I didn't know enough. I just knew too much. Would that make me insane? I wouldn't think so. It's no coincidence that I've been drawn here every day since then. That I'd willingly come back to this place. A part of me still holds on to the belief. This belief that I'm the one still in control. I'd like to think I am, but what am I really? In this vast, incomprehensible space. Am I nothing? Am I everything? Am I insane? I might never know. So, what do you think?
It's very abstract, if that's the right word to describe it. I haven't seen something like this before. It's interesting.
Thank you. I've been experimenting with this certain style lately. To question the incomprehensible, that is. It's a concept that I've always found intriguing to write about, as I can dive into the many different perspectives on reality. And I'd be lying if I were to say it hasn't been influencing my writing since I started the club.
I see.
Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day.
She starts motioning in front of me as if she were in front of some audience.
Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later.
Is that a little over the top? Oh, I said that out loud, didn't I? Sorry, I didn't mean it like that.
It's okay. Sayori's the one who suggested I give writing tips like that. If it makes you feel uncomfortable, I can tone it down, no problem.
You're fine, don't worry. It was a little unexpected is all.
If you say so. Anyway, that's my advice for today. Thanks for listening, Hallie.
Let's see. I shared with Sayori, Yurinatsuki, and of course Monica. That should only leave Eli remaining. Looking around, however, I don't see him anywhere in the room. Sayori.
Yes, Hallie.
Where's Eli?
After we shared poems, I think Eli said he was going to the bathroom. I'm sure he'll be back soon.
I see. Sayori heads off towards the Monica's direction, leaving me to idly stand by until Eli's return. The wait isn't too long, thankfully, as I see him walk through the front door just a minute later. Eli. Oh, hey man, what's up? We haven't shared our poems yet. Oh, yeah, right, my bad. Eli walks over to one of the desks, grabbing his poem. So, how about we take a look at yours first? Sure. I was muttering to myself. Yes, it's not like I've been going first all day today. Did you say something? No. Alright then. I hand Eli my poem and he starts reading through. I see. So, where'd you get the inspiration behind this one? Inspiration? Inspiration, huh? Oddly enough, I haven't been asked that question yet. I don't think I should blatantly admit that I just rewrote the plot of the last story I read into the form of a narrative poem. But I can't exactly come up with any other explanation, so... Well, since I'm still new to all this, I figured it'd be simpler to use a couple of the last books I've read as building blocks for my first poem. So, you could say the inspiration came from a couple different places. I see. For your first poem, it's pretty good. Better than the poem I wrote when I first joined, that's for sure. The other said so as well, although I still don't know if I agree with them just yet. I know what you mean. It can take a while before you get confident in your own writing, but I'm sure you'll get used to it after a little while. Hopefully. Oh, I said that. Hopefully.
What does that mean? Exclamation, not question.
Overhearing someone's raised voice from across the room, I decided to peek over to see what's going on. Yuri and Natsuki seem to be sharing poems together. However, Natsuki doesn't seem to be all that happy.
There you go again. Needing to try hard to come up with anything nice to say. Just accept the fact that my style's not going to change and become fancy like yours.
I just had a couple suggestions. I'm sorry if you...
Hallie? I turned back over Eli, who has a quizzical look on his face. Sorry, I just got a little distracted. It's fine. Words? No, would you like to read?
If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it.
What the?
Excuse me, I was just trying to be helpful.
Yeah, since when have I needed your help?
Looking back over at the two, I noticed their faces becoming progressively frustrated. Even Yuri's eyebrows are furrowed now. Are they having some sort of argument? Eli sighs just beside me. Not again. Sorry about this, Hallie, but I'll have to be right back. As Eli begins walking towards the dispute, I notice he's also taken his poem with him. Wait, Eli, could you leave your poem here? It's not important right now. You can just read it after I settle things down, okay? And now he's gone. Damn it. So what do I do now? With the two girls still bickering, I'm left with no other option but to just awkwardly stand by until things calm down. If Eli didn't have to take his poem with him, I'd at least have something to pass the time while they sort things out. I look around the room briefly before settling down on a nearby desk. I take out a coin from my pocket and begin rolling it across my knuckle. Guess I'll have to wait here until Eli comes back. I'm telling you, he's the vigilante. The guy who beat up the guys even flipped the coin, man. Minutes go by, and by this point I've essentially tuned them out entirely. How long are they going to be at each other for? Whatever. After another minute has passed, I reluctantly give in and check over to where the two girls are arguing.
Maybe you're just jealous that he appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours.
Is everyone okay? Huh, and how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself?
Their argument's still going on, huh? There were more grumbles. This is getting so boring. I can't even understand why they're bickering at this point. I mean, I guess I overheard them throw around the word he every now and then, though I hope they aren't referring to who I think they are. If so, then maybe this argument's more petty than I first believed it to be. I do wonder when they're going to calm them down, though. After all, for a first day in the club, this really doesn't seem like a good sign for things to come, and here I was starting to get used to this place. Whatever, I guess it can't be helped. They all seemed like good friends before, so I doubt whatever they're arguing about could be that bad. Right?
Me? Look who's talking, you wanna be edgy bitch!
Edgy? Sorry that my lifestyle's too much for someone of your mental age to comprehend.
I suppose not.
See? Just saying that proves my point! Most people learn to get over themselves after they graduate elementary, you know!
If you want to prove anything, then stop harassing others with your sickening attitude.
Please stop! You guys are friends!
Sayori's right, you guys need to calm down!
This doesn't involve you!
You think you can counterbalance your toxic personality just by dressing and acting cute? The only cute thing about you is how hard you try.
Whoa, be careful, you might cut yourself on that edge, Yuri.
Well, that escalated quickly. At this point, I believe things are too out of hand to calm down anytime soon. I likely only have a few minutes left before I need to be out of here. Even if they do calm down now, I doubt I'd even have the time to stick around for much longer anyway. Guess I'll take my leave then.
Keep going then. Let Hallie hear you really are. He's right there after all. I'm sure he'll be looking up to you as his mentor after this.
Ooh, what?
Great. Not even a few steps closer to my bag and they're already inviting me into their dispute.
Jesus, man, make me look mean.
You started it.
I have a gut feeling I won't be able to just walk out of this one. This can only go so well. Why the hell would it matter if I preferred one or the other?
But because I need you to tell Yuri you're over here that a poem doesn't need to be so fancy all the time. Like, seriously, what's the point in making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out at the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Just help me explain that to her, Hallie.
There's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning the most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessarily limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right?
You guys shouldn't be involving Hallie like that. You have to... you have to understand both of your styles are...
Well...
The girls cut off Eli, completely ignored what he had to say. I sigh, knowing I really don't have a way out of this one. Unfortunately for them, I don't exactly have an answer that would be sufficient enough for either of them, let alone one that would probably end this argument. They really have to put me in a precarious situation. I guess this is what it takes to really be a part of this club, huh? Yeah, Yuri, Natsuki. If I were you, I'd listen to Eli. I find both of your styles to be...
Just answer the question.
Enough of this stupidly pointless argument already. Why the hell would it matter if I like one or the other anyway? My eyes widened in shock before I realized just how much I've raised my voice. A little more upfront than I was hoping to be, but at least they finally shut up. I used this time to take a deep breath and calm myself down a little. Yuri, Natsuki. Look, you're both talented. Your passion for literature far exceeds my own, there's no doubt about that. The fact that you two would even have such an intense, albeit very useless argument about this in the first place proves it. But here's the thing. I haven't been in this club long enough to establish a preferred style of writing. I thought that much would have been obvious. So what do you even expect to gain from dragging me into this? Natsuki and Yuri stay silent. Simple, complex. Truth is, I don't really care. All that matters is their dispute is finally over. The others can handle the rest now. I think I've said enough. Alright, I think that's as good as I... Well, let's just continue for now. Walking towards the clubroom door, I see Monica approach me from the corner of my eye.
Hallie, I'm so sorry. They're not normally like that, I promise.
It's alright, Monica.
No, it's not. They really shouldn't have tried to get you involved like that. If only I was a little bit more assertive, I could have ended their fight before it escalated. But I'm not. I can't even settle an argument between my own members properly. Some president I am, right?
I said it's alright. Words.
But...
I mean it. It's going to take more than a little argument to turn me away from the club. Besides, this isn't the first time this has happened, clearly, so I'm sure they can make up their differences just like the last time.
What?
Oh my god, these are alright, but...
How did you know?
I overheard it from Eli. Although judging by how different Natsuki and Yuri can be, I think it would only be fair to assume this would simply be an inevitability. I understand that sometimes you just can't do anything about it. I lower my voice a little to prevent Natsuki or Yuri from overhearing our conversation.
I guess you're right. I am still sorry about what happened, though.
Like I said, don't worry about it. I'll be fine. I look across the room briefly, noticing Natsuki and Eli are nowhere to be found. They must have left through the door or the other door when I wasn't paying attention. Yuri, on the other hand, sits with her head down at one of the far desks. Yuri stands close by, presumably consoling her. I'm sure Yuri will be all right, but I'm not so sure about Natsuki.
Yeah, she must be really upset if she left so abruptly. I'll make sure to talk with her, don't you worry.
Right, thank you. Well, by the way, I have to start heading out now, too. Sorry for the late notice.
It's okay, I understand. See you tomorrow then, Hallie.
Bye, Monica. Alright, there is a good place. And let's call it for today. We're going to stop there and pick up with more next time. I don't know. I had no frame of reference for how long this first chapter of the Rising Knight would be, but it's got some staying power, apparently. But that's going to do it for now, so thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and we'll catch you next time with more of the Rising Knight. Hope to see you then.
Bye-bye.